Hello guys, this is Chip Taylor in Zalisa, Ukraine, coming to you from your farm, which is what we do here. We grow what you would grow if you had the space and the time and the experience. And so basically it's your farm. And I wanted to make a quick video about the tomatoes that we're growing this year and the way that we do our tomatoes here. Give you a quick tour of this small greenhouse. And we've got one row here. I'm going to show you. These are paste tomatoes. The name is Rio Grande. I don't know if they've actually got one in the States, but these are a determinate tomato. It's a paste tomato. And I've strung these things up, and this is one of the things I wanted to show you. Basically, it's a little sling that I put underneath the first main beam of this plant that I've left on. Now what I've done is I've come through and I've done hard pruning, taking off everything below where the first fruit has been set. Cut everything off from beneath it. And then as this plant grows, I'm just going to wind it around, just twirl it around this twine all the way to the top. Now it's a determinate, so it's not going to need all of this, but I give it a little bit more than it does need. All right, so the first couple of things I wanted to show you, my spacing's about 10 inches, which is the spacing on the water line, so I could get as many tomatoes in here as I could. What I did last December, so I dug a trench all the way down. I put cow manure, horse manure, and a little bit of chicken poo in that ditch, covered that over, and let it sit for several months. Now these plants were started on February 29th. Today is May 29th, so these are 3-month-old plants. They're just beginning to bloom. You got a little bit of fruit or a little bit of bloom here. There's a couple of them like that. I try to get these guys set before they start blooming. I don't want to give them a lot of shock because I'm going to come through. As you can see, I trim off a lot of stuff. That gives it the ability to put more energy into producing fruit. So when I come through, I give it the first good weeding. I'm going to come back and put compost on top of this water line underneath each of the plants, and then I'm going to come back and cover it up with this straw to suppress weeds. Now the other thing I wanted to show you is I don't just prune. What I'm doing is I'm taking the suckers and I'm cloning the plant. You can see this has got a little bit of a head on. It's not just a leafy branch, it's a branch that's got a little clump. I had a marijuana guy come over from Colorado in 2017, helped me set up this greenhouse and helped me set up my grow room. And he said this is the way they do it when they're cloning marijuana. That you just cut it off, cut the sucker off, but only where you've got good growth like this. And then all you had to do is stick it in water. Now each of these plants gave me about 4 of these little clones. I've got 100 plants in here. So if each plant gave me 1 clone, that's 100 extra plants. And you can see this is a good size. It'll take about a week, maybe 2 at the most, in order for this to put off some good roots. And you just stick it in the ground. You got free plants. A good head start in case you have any kind of problems with your growth. This is my greenhouse. It's a pretty strong structure. It's got the ability to hold up under snow. I set these beams in here. This is the corn for my masa. This got nothing to do with tomatoes, but I'll explain it to you later in a different video. Like I said, I haven't weeded this. This is the first time I've come through and done any kind of weeding at all. This stuff will all come out of here tomorrow. And then we'll string up the plants that are in this weedy mess. These guys, like I said, are 3 months old. But there's no sun in this country. We're about the same distance north as the North Dakota Canadian border. So it's not so much the cold as it is just the lack of sunshine. That's why it's not so critical to have indeterminate tomatoes. Determinate are fine because your season is going to be fairly short anyway. We had a hard frost 2 weeks ago, the 14th and 15th of May. We get a hard frost possible 9 months out of the year. And then this cloud cover is my biggest concern. It's not that it gets too cold. This place will freeze out right around Thanksgiving. It'll just get so cold in here that everything just freezes. But everything stops growing in October. It's not enough sunlight to support these tomatoes or peppers or anything like that. Now I can put greens in here. I'll have lettuce, arugula, spinach. Soon as these tomatoes quit producing, I'll pull them out, start planting greens. That'll cover over into the winter. They don't grow that much, but they don't die. They go kind of dormant. You can harvest them all year. So all these little tomatoes that are fighting for sunlight among the weeds will get some freedom tomorrow. All right, that's just all I wanted to say. And if you have any questions, if you need any help, give me a call or send me a message. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks a lot.